Hello everyone, my name is Amy and today we are going to do some DIY flower art using some pressed, painted, and some unpainted flowers and Dollar Tree picture frames to make some super simple and pretty artwork, so let's get started. First thing to do is go get some flowers that you like. Me and my son picked most of these just from the backyard and on walks, and I picked flowers that didn't have a lot of water or moisture to them because they were easier to press. And then you take your fresh flower and put them in a big book. I used wax paper to help them from sticking and stack more books on top of them to weigh them down, and after a couple days or so they'll be nice and flat. And I let them sit outside of the books for a while just to make sure they dry out. Make sure to let them air out some because they can get moldy and gross inside the books. I think these are called Queen Anne's lace. I could be wrong, but they are everywhere around here, and these press down really nicely. And this is the reason why I use wax paper. You can see the ones where I didn't, my flowers got stuck to the pages and it ripped. Then I went to Dollar Tree to pick up some picture frames, and I wanted black, but they didn't have any black. My Dollar Tree never does for some reason. So I got the gold ones and ended up just spray painting them with a matte black spray paint. Obviously, if you can find black frames, just get those, but I was impatient. Then I also took the insert, flipped it over to the cardboard side and painted that black as well so I could have a black backdrop for some of my frames. And I wasn't sure how this would turn out, but it actually worked really good. Then I went ahead and spray painted the flowers. Now, of course, you can leave them their natural color, but I think they look really cool painted, and I wanted some black and white art, plus some flowers dried kind of ugly colors like brownish. Not the vibe I was going for, so I did them in black, white, and copper. Then I transferred them to a new piece of wax paper so they didn't stick, and I did occasionally move them till they quit sticking. I didn't want any of the flowers tearing off because they were pretty delicate. For the white background, I just got those 8x10 canvases from the Dollar Tree, and they fit perfectly in the frames, plus they have a little bit of texture on them, and it just made for a really nice backdrop. Now is the fun part where you get to arrange the flowers however you like. I like to keep mine pretty simple and minimal, and I don't like the flowers just floating in the middle. I always put the bottoms on the stems a little bit behind the matting so you can't see where the stem starts. And see how perfectly the canvas fits? I can still use the styrofoam that came with the frame so everything is nice and tight and the flowers aren't moving around. And here is the first one. I think they are so pretty, and I will show what these look like with a black background as well in just a second. Here is the white flower that turned that yellow brownish color. I love how it looks painted black, again making the stem come out from the matting, and this one actually looks good with the black backdrop even though the flower is black too. These are the copper painted flowers, and obviously you want the painted side facing down on the glass. And when I had multiple flowers, I like to have the main one, which was usually the biggest, in the middle, and have the other flower stems connected to it, so it kind of looked like one flower with a bunch of little flowers branching off from it. So I really took my time to make sure everything was connected. Here I wanted to show what these look like on a black background, so I took the glass out for now just so it's easier to see, otherwise all you can see is a reflection. But I really like having the black backdrop. Even for the black flowers, it looks kind of like a shadow. It's very subtle, and with the other flowers it really makes them stand out, especially the copper ones. But I've seen art that is literally just black pictures. At least these give you something more to look at, and it's a little more interesting. I honestly might put my black flowers with the black background. I haven't decided yet. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the white or black better? Then I kind of wanted to see what these look like if I layer them on top of each other, going from darkest to lightest, and I like how they turned out. I still think I prefer just the simple ones with just one color, but if you wanted something a little more, these would be a cool way to display your flowers as well. And here is what white on white looks like if you were curious. Again, very subtle and minimal. Don't be afraid of white on white or black on black. I think they look really simple and pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed that and that maybe I inspired you to give painted flowers a try. I had a lot of fun doing this DIY, and it's a fun thing to do if you have kids. They can pick their own flowers and make their own arrangements. I have other DIYs from Dollar Tree. I did some black and white painted vases. If you're curious, go check those out, and thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.